What's the deal? It's the Raw District podcast. This is Drew Dawson. We got White ready. We got Eli on the couch over there. Tobo in the building. And our special guest today, Cedric Vinson. What's the deal, man?
What's good? What's good?
How you doing, bro?
Good.
Shit, man.
Yes, I'm not here.
Good being back, man.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you don't show up. We got virtual.
Already forgot about
this little
Damn, drop the ball from the fucking off the tip.
Who said he's not here? He
and shit like that. I don't mean no disrespect. Like I cut your shout outs off, bro. Like that wasn't
as awkward.
Hey, no.
So is this still recording?
We respectfully mean to disrespect him because he ain't here. You should have your ass here, virtual Tone.
Respectfully.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm about to quit my job, man.
Yeah, but Tone is on Zoom.
What's up, man? Talk about what you do, bro.
Yeah. So really, what I do. So I'm gonna be kind of loose with it, cause like today, what I did was really just what I wanted. I woke up before my alarm went off, went to the gym, enjoyed myself, went back home and chilled for a little while. About 9:30, I got the team starting to log in. So what I do is I run a wholesale real estate operation that I could do it from here. I was just on a call before we came in, do it from the office, from my house, wherever. But that's what I do. I buy houses and I resell them to people that are investors, people that either have their own cash or they have access to people with money. Because most people think you need a lot of money to get in real estate. And you don't need a lot of money to really get in anything. You need to be creative and you need connections. You feel me?
Yeah.
And maybe a track record of success, because if you put that together, people are going to start throwing money at you because you could take it and multiply
What got
it.
you in the door with real estate? Like what?
Honestly, man, just living in Topeka, seeing not much of anything. You know, it was all about sports here. Everybody's sports. Well, I started realizing, one, I'm not going to the league. I stopped growing. And
I feel it, bro.
you know, like I was good. I was an athlete, but there were people I played college ball with that.
How tall are you, virtual Tony?
Respectfully, I'm a 5'7".
5'7". Boy, you tall as shit, boy.
Yeah, you doing all right.
You doing all right. League bound.
My fault.
No, you good. You good. There's people I played ball with that didn't work nearly as hard as I did at anything, but they just naturally, dudes were ballers. Like I had to work real hard. It's like, man, I made a good place. Like, damn, they doing that. So I could compete, but I was realizing there's a time clock to this. So I need to do something different. And I ended up just looking at things. I was open, anything. Yeah, pretty much anything. Like, I mean, how many things was I doing? I've been in like 12 different business ventures, multi-level marketing. It didn't matter.
I think that's what it takes, though. You have to, it's trial and error, you know what I'm saying? You got to go out there and fail at some shit.
You gotta stay open-minded.
Yeah, for sure. That's dope, though. Talk about your mind state, because you've always been a motivated person. Like, what really drives you? What is it?
There's a lot of things.
There's a monster in there, bro. I already know from back in the day.
There's a lot. One of them I would say is just like there's no fans cheering now when I do something great. Really, it's just me and the couple people I might let know, but that's enough. So there's that sense of it. Like I like doing great things. I like doing things that those people just won't do. Things that are uncomfortable. Things I don't really like to do, but I like what I get from them. And then I just feel like I'm the best. Now I'm not comparing myself to anybody. I compare myself just to me. Like I feel that if I hear somebody else could do something, well, why can't I?
I feel that.
Yeah. That's just it. So I saw people doing things. I saw people make 100, a quarter, a mil. So it's like, why can't I do that? I haven't made a mil, but I got the mindset to get there. Like I'm already in the work.
Did a lot of the networking along the way, like for all the business ventures that you went through, did all that networking, does it play a part in what you're doing now? None of the connections went through? I
would say I'm not sure I would be here right now if I hadn't did stuff like that. Like I opened up myself to Herbalife right after I graduated high school. Yeah. And that was cool. I signed a couple people up, sold a couple products, but it got me in the feeling of a commission. You know, just being kind of independent.
Hustle minded.
Yeah. Then I got into Amway a little bit, and that opened me up to a ton of books. Essentially, the people that helped me get my job out, like I moved from living here at Washburn. I didn't even know what sales was. I started working in sales, so I started working with people, one that were older than me, about 10 to 15 years older. And some of these people, they were making 80, 100, 120. I never saw no shit like that.
Damn.
And it's like
Doing what you do now? Or just,
this was my first sales job.
Yeah, okay.
So I just started seeing that there was more. I moved from Topeka to Johnson County. My parents didn't make a ton of money. We lived in a nice area, but the mortgage is $800 a month. That's not a lot of. That's not big. I used to think it was. That's not.
Right.
So I started seeing people, and it's like it doesn't matter that you're 32 and I'm 21. If you could do that, I could do that. And I noticed that I had an ability to do it. So I just went from one job to the next, went from a little bit of income to when I left my last job, I was making like 65. So, I mean, it was cool coming from Topeka.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just me, but I wasn't satisfied.
Hey, Chris.
Right.
Get that fucking fly, bro.
Let it land.
Hey,
boy.
be ready for it. Be ready for it.
Let it land in some trouble.
When you know that you couldn't work a regular job?
I've always known that, man. It was, because there's even days now where it's like, man, it's a good thing I work for myself because I'm not going to do too much today. But now I don't necessarily have to do too much because whether I get up or not, I got 3 people working full-time in South America. They are working, they are grinding. Whether I feel good, whether I feel bad, they show up and do the same thing.
Right.
I just need to send them a couple messages. If they need me, direct them.
You got your money working for you now. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
I just like what I did is I'm a business owner, but really what I did is I created a business around my abilities and my skill set just to close a deal. Like people need, a transaction.
Right.
That's it.
So that's pretty much what you do is just bridge that gap from people that want homes to homes that need sold.
Yeah, but I do it in the off-market way.
Okay.
You feel me? So most people know like a real estate agent, you got to get a license.
Right.
You feel me?
Well, explain that a little more in depth for people because I don't know. I'm saying,
Yeah,
I'm shaking my
yeah.
head, but what is the off-market way?
So about
I do that shit all the time.
Right. Big facts. No.
So
elaborate on that a little bit.
So like 98% of your houses that are going to sell on the market. These are going to be houses that you could live in them. They're nice. Excuse me. A person is going to use a real estate agent to help them find a house. And then somebody else is going to be using the agent to help them sell their house. That's what most people do because most people haven't sold many houses. So they go and they get an agent. They handle the showings, the listings. And then at the end of the deal, the person selling, they have agent fees. And at the person buying, they have agent fees. And that's how that deal goes. It's retail. Now, what I do is I deal with off-market properties. So off-market are properties, you see houses around town that are vacant, boarded up, beat up. Well, somebody owns that house. You feel me?
But they're probably having a hard time getting it off, flipping.
For whatever reason, that house is beat up, or they might have. So last month I did 3 deals. One of them, the dude had bought a house from somebody that was real beat up. He bought it without ever seeing it. He walked in. Let's talk to the neighbors. He walked in, looked at the house, closed the door, never walked in again. Sold it 5 years later for the same amount that he bought it for. So he didn't. Yeah.
That's crazy. So what was he buying the house for though?
I think he wanted to fix it up. I mean,
And then just never got
like
around.
how
to
many
it.
people want to get into real estate?
Right, me, right here.
You feel me? So a lot of people do, and a lot of people do it. And if you get in and on your first house you get burnt, or you didn't run the numbers right, there's a lot that could go wrong. It's a risk if you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So have you ever worked for an agency or anything like that?
I don't have a license. You couldn't pay me to get a license.
Right.
I don't really like real estate agents. I got some buddies that are real estate agents, but when it comes to doing a business deal and a transaction, I'm staying away from them.
Right.
Because they're gonna want to throw their fee on top of mine, and they're just trying to get a little money. they're working with the buyer. So I like direct contact with the seller, direct contact with the buyer. I negotiate the terms.
Right.
So, and it's everything has a wholesale.
So are you able to, so I mean, I guess if you don't mind, explain where your profit comes from with your deal. I mean, obviously the house, you know what I mean? Obviously the house is worth X. And, you know, sellers trying to get Y and buyers trying to buy it for Z. So, I mean, you're just kind of broker, you know, kind of a broker, so to speak? Or?
I run more like, it's almost like a pawn shop, but it's mobile. And to get the leads, to get the people in my door, I have marketing. So I've got a team of cold callers. They're calling people all day. They're calling different lists. I mean, I've made money off of signs. I don't hang signs anymore, but that's how I started getting in the business. I do mass text blasting. Like, I spam the hell out of the whole KC Metro.
And what are you necessarily marketing or searching for? I mean, in these, are you just looking for houses?
You're fishing for distress. Just fishing.
Okay.
You know, there's different lists where there could be different points of distress, like a tax list. Somebody's behind on their taxes, is going to the auction. Well, they might just let you have that house for what they owe in the taxes. It could be a $100,000 house that needs, let's say, 30 in repairs, and they owe 5 in taxes, and they want to sell it to you for 20. They want to put 15 in their pocket. There's a lot of equity there. You can make 5, 10. And here, I'll do a deal dive. My first deal I did, right, so I did this deal and then I quit my job, went full-time. Been full-time ever since. It was a probate deal. So probate, here we go. Somebody dies, you inherit a house. You might inherit a house that you don't know what to do with it. So I end up calling this guy up, and he wants to sell. So I go to the house, my first house. I didn't even really know what I was doing, but I knew enough. It's a formula. It's simple to wholesale real estate. It's difficult to do it successfully and to consistently do it. But it's hard to do anything consistently.
Yeah,
Right,
sure.
right.
You feel me?
Work at anything to be good at. Yeah, understand.
Exactly. So I go in, the dude wants like 25 for the house. It's worth maybe 75 fully fixed up. And I come in and I offer him like 18 for it. We don't settle on 18. We settle in the middle at 21. And then I send it out to a list of my buyers. And it ended up being a guy that called me off one of those signs looking for houses. I sold it to him for $35,000. So you see, I got it for 21 and I sold it for 35.
Yeah.
So you sell the houses as is?
That's just a flip. Man.
Oh, yeah.
That's dope.
He's in here lagging. What's up?
Basically, like, with everything going on right now, is what you're doing tougher to do because of the pandemic?
I think it depends on who you are, because a lot of companies, a lot of people, they're not doing this as much. They're not as active. You know, people are scared with the market. They're scared with the uncertainty. So there are people that have fell off. There's some people like myself, the pandemic hit, and I had a couple bad months. Like, the buyers weren't buying. You feel me? If you got a product and the buyers ain't buying, well, you can't do nothing with it. You're kind of, but instead of going and finding a different industry or a different business, I started going all in. Like, I started becoming fanatical in like April, May, and in June, I reaped a nice harvest. After the pandemic had, it had went it hasn't gone its course. Everybody still thinks the market's still gonna have a big correction. But right now, if there's money to be made right now, why would you not keep going in? So right now, I'm doubling down. I'm growing. Like, I had one worker for me in May. No, I started a new guy in June. July, I started a second guy. This August, I started a third. And I also added on radio ads. So if you turn on the radio in KC, like, I had people hit me up like, I just heard you on the radio. So I'm doing mass radio marketing. I'm going to turn on Facebook for all of Missouri. Like, and that's something that when I got into a sales job, my mind was expanded because I wasn't calling people. I was working in sales, selling marketing. I wasn't calling people in Kansas City doing deals. I was calling people in Philadelphia Miami, California, all these big markets, and we're doing deals over the phone, taking a social, a credit card, within 15 minutes of talking to a person. A lot of times they don't know your name, they don't know your company. You're literally selling them on their belief that you're not scamming them.
Right. Straight up.
So
you be good at that. You got a job for him?
here's something. A lot of our people, I feel like, are doing the wrong stuff. They're doing what they think is cool, but not necessarily what would help them accomplish some of their dreams. 'Cause I run into people all the time where they'll sell me some shit. I'll be like, damn, he's a closer. You feel me? If you're a closer, whether you're selling something for $5 or something for $500 or something for $50,000, you're gonna do the same shit.
Right.
People are gonna have the same objections. Let me think about it. Let me talk to my girlfriend. Let me talk to my wife. It's the wrong time of year. I don't have the money.
Yeah.
Same stuff, no matter what the product is.
So when you say people work for you, what exactly are they? You know, what are they doing for you per se? Just the same thing you're doing? Are they wholesaling just under you? And
Nah, so I'm more like a sales. So when I was working in sales, I saw that, okay, there's a sales manager, there's a director, there's like a company vice president of sales, and then there's us at the very bottom making pennies while they're making all this money. Like we're really generating the business, and they're getting the rewards. So I was like, I don't want to do that. I'll run my own sales team, and I'll make all the money. And why not?
Right.
So you think money is your passion over real estate?
Hell no.
No?
I'm not. I may talk about money, but it's not.
Or business in that life?
No.
I got to hunt.
Yeah.
You said you see a dog in me. He's got to eat.
What's it for? Like,
It's
what's your end game goals in all this? Is it just to be comfortable, or do you have some shit up your sleeve that you got?
Like, is this another chapter, or is there something, you know, like, is this what you like?
This, I mean, it's not the end. It's the very beginning.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like whatever. I'm still expanding my mind. Like I hadn't taken any adult trips. Last year I went to Miami and Denver a couple weeks. No. Atlanta and Denver a couple weeks, and then Miami for a week. And my mind changed. So I didn't go anywhere this last year. I hustled whatever. Ups, downs, very down as an entrepreneur. I've been broke multiple times. But in those times I didn't lose my vision of what I wanted and what I knew I could have. It was just like, there's something I got to do different.
Yeah.
Something about me. It's nobody else. It's something I got to make some changes about some shit.
Well, it takes a strong person to be able to do that and to keep your eye on the prize and not just chalk up the L and go find, the best, job around that you can find, best 9 to 5. So I commend you for that.
Especially if you lose a lot of money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It takes a strong person.
But you had asked a question. I went on a whole tangent.
Oh yeah,
I forgot
what was your end game like.
No, there was something before that. It was.
I thought that was it.
Well, the end game.
Or was it? Was it the?
Why do you do it? Like what?
Yeah. Is it the money more than the real estate?
Yeah. Well, for one, it's just a competition. Like I was telling my old lady this a couple weeks ago. I was being real passionate. I hadn't really told anybody this at the time, but I quit basketball senior year, right? I quit track junior year. I didn't take a lot of the sports I felt like I should have taken seriously when I was playing sports. I didn't do a lot that I felt like I should have did that I had the potential to do.
I hate to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I forgot how pissed off we were at you for doing that shit, bro. We needed that. We needed that defensive piece, bro.
See.
We fell short in the state because you fucking man.
Nah.
We needed all of it, bro.
What
What do you think the reason behind all of those falling shorts were?
I hadn't
maybe not falling
developed.
shorts to you. Yeah, explain.
I just hadn't developed like what I have now.
Okay.
The fact that I started playing senior year, and it's always hard getting back into basketball when you're in football. You're playing football, that would be like the worst week or two of my life. Like basketball shape is different than football, and I could play defense, I could shoot a little bit, but there's a lot more to basketball than that. and I just didn't put the time towards it. And it's like, I know I can play football. Like, let me just, instead of going through this pain and the growth of basketball that I'm not going to do anymore, let me just go and focus on this. But I should have, like, if it was now, I'd have played basketball, football, track.
Right.
Like,
you touched on it, like the competition of it, and then earlier you said something about there's no like cheering or whatever, and that reminds me of something because I'm big on mental health. That's something I always am looking into. And one thing, it was a study or article I seen somewhere, and it said a lot of athletes after they leave high school suffer from depression a lot more than a lot of regular people because they go from, like, you can go from a star running back, star quarterback, and then the next year you ain't shit. There ain't nobody. You don't get that. You don't get those feelings. And it really fucks with people's mental health. So do you think competition really like is just always been like just a competitive spirit in you?
I think it grew over the years. Yeah. Like, cause like when I look back, I wasn't as competitive my freshman year as my sophomore or senior year. And I'm more competitive now than when I was like 20, like 19, 20, 21. And really for me, it was always like my dad would tell me, you're better than you think you are. I just didn't think that I was. I didn't have that personal confidence. You know, I made good plays and I was just like, damn, man, that was cool, but shit, I didn't have it yet.
Right.
And what happens when you think you what happens when you stop competing though? What do you think?
Oh man, like if I stop, I'll start getting down, I'll get depressed, my habits will start. Like I am where I am right now because of what I do every day, no matter what. Like I'm not that disciplined. I just create things into my lifestyle. That's the only way I could keep doing it.
Right.
I feel that I relate to that.
I like that. Yeah, I like that take on it. Yeah, do something that fits into what your what your lifestyle is. That's dope. That's dope.
I always catch myself in everything that I do since playing sports and being real serious about it. Like everything I do, I have that same type of vibe too. You know, even when it kind of fucked me up with music because it got my ego way too involved, and I think that can kill you in a lot of things.
Competitiveness of it.
Yeah, when I came from getting up to college basketball, it was JUCO, but whatever. I got to that, and then I go to fucking making music, and now I'm still in my competitive mind state and shit like that. I'm being standoffish with people. My ego is fully involved in that shit, and like. That's one thing I battle with daily. So that really, I don't know.
Ego's tough.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. That ego.
I think. Go ahead, Virtual Tone. My bad.
No. You good. I'm trying to adjust to jumping in and out of that. When did you notice the switch? Like, when did you notice that switch to where you started feeling like, yo, I could really do this? Because I know it's definitely difficult when you first start off, even knowing if it's the right thing to do or if you're in the right lane.
Like with the real estate side, or
with the real estate, like when did you see like this is something I could really be good at?
When I first saw my first real estate YouTube video when I had first moved out to KC, and I hadn't developed my experience and backgrounds and just knowledge of sales, business, marketing, and just how the world works, how money works. Excuse me. So when I immediately saw real estate, like after 2 wholesale videos, I was like, I'm gonna leave my job before this year is up. So when I immediately saw it, but here's the thing, I had been preparing myself for years. So when I saw it, I had a lot of the key foundational skills that it's gonna take for a person to jump into a field like that. Because I'm in real estate, but really I'm in marketing, and I market for deals, I market for sellers, and I close deals. So I was already closing deals, and I was sort of familiar with marketing. So there was still a lot more to business that I had to figure out. But if you could close deals, like everything, if you run a business, everything is gonna rise and fall on your revenue. And for me, that's closing deals. So if you could close deals, you should be good. You might not ever scale a huge company, but you're gonna stay fed. Like, I don't know any good salesmen that are out of a job. They could always get work. I could go and get work right now. Because everybody needs somebody that can close a deal.
See, that's kind of what I'm kind of in the process of going through that right now myself. I'm about to be in the transition of leaving my job and like doing my own thing, so it's a little scary for a little second. You know what I mean? trying to figure out like if I'm gonna be successful at doing this.
Have you saw the vision of you already doing it?
Yeah, it's just actually quitting
So
everything and
so
doing it.
oh, but you saw the vision, right?
Yep.
So why question it? Everything else is gonna fall into place if you don't quit. As long as you stay focused. You might have to learn. You might have to pay some people some money to get some education. You probably will. I pay a lot in education. That's how I know what I know. I'm not afraid. I want to pay people to know what they know, because that's how you get where they at. Shit. If you making a meal and I'm not, I'll pay you 5 bands to know what you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. You always want to, yeah.
And I've did that
Information is
many
gold,
times.
man. Information is gold. Yeah, respectfully though, I was laughing because I ain't never heard you that serious,
Hey, I know
man.
some shit you can.
I ain't never heard you that serious before, man.
Hey, we got
I thought you
somebody.
was gonna go into some,
I mean,
I thought you was gonna go into some, counseling and shit. You was like, I'm about to transition from jobs.
Valuable.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. No,
I ain't never
listen, we
seen
got
Tony
some.
Fontana that serious.
No, listen, we got somebody in here that's doing some serious shit. So you know what I mean?
Hey, no, yeah, 100%. No, I laughed and Drew looked at me like, what the fuck? But, it's funny because you on screen, first of all, but then you on screen, first of all, but second of all, I ain't never, you came off serious. I was waiting for the curveball. Usually there's a curveball somewhere in there. So
Therapy session with Virtual Tony.
I'm transitioning, man. Like I'm trying to like doing this on Zoom. It's like you got to try to figure out when to jump in. I can't be like, hey, yo, I'm about next question. I don't want to. You know what I mean? So that shit's just a different experience.
That's funny.
But computer.
Yeah, that's.
But back to stripping. So
what industry are you going into? Like, what are you doing?
I drive trucks, so I'm about to be in the process of trying to get my own truck, and that comes with.
I got a source for you, bro. I got a source.
Okay, I'll take that.
Podcast make things happen.
Yeah,
trying to connect the dots out here for you, baby.
If I wasn't doing real estate, there's a dozen other businesses I'd be growing and scaling right now.
Drew might be the connector of dots right now, man.
That are doing this stuff, and they will sell you a course, and a lot of times it's not even that much. If you get them at the ground level, well, not necessarily ground level, but when people like in this industry, like people they get hyped. Like it's not. I'm not that known around you guys, but there's people in other cities and states that know who I am, just based off of.
So one quick question too before we start to move into some different stuff. Tell the people and us what's the benefit, and we might have missed it earlier in the conversation, but what's the benefit for someone who is trying to sell their house to use you as opposed to an agency, just like the agency fees and stuff you mentioned? Or?
Nah. So it's more than that. If they just want to save on the fees, I'll tell them to just sell the house for a little cheaper and pay a little less fees. For people that sell the house to me, is people that they don't want to list with an agent. The house is too beat up to list with an agent. They're gonna need to put too many repairs in it. They just got relocated across the country. They just need to liquidate a house. They're behind on taxes, behind on a mortgage, inherited house. They've got a trouble eviction. They evicted tenants. Just stress. Like, why does a person go to a pawn shop and sell a Rolex, a $10,000 Rolex for $1,000 or $500? They need the money for something.
Yeah.
They might have just inherited the watch.
Yeah, that hit the light bulb. I see what you.
You see, so I don't even make offers based on the house. I don't even look at the house value. I call people I might know the street it's on, and I'm looking out the window, just having a conversation with them.
Right.
And then I figure out, like, is it something that, like, are you in a distressed situation where, because they'll tell you a number. They know what they're gonna. If you had, let's say that watch right now. Let's say you wanted to sell it. What would you already know what you're gonna spend the money on?
If I was in a distressed situation and needed it, yes. Yeah. You already gonna have your ducks spent. Yeah.
You feel me? So they got a number.
I see what you're saying.
They got a number in their head. You gotta figure out how to get the number out. Most people can't.
Yeah.
Or if they do, they don't know what to do with it. Like it's.
Right.
I think closing sales are easy, but I've been doing it for a long time. Even back to knocking on doors, doing fundraisers in school and shit. Like that's door-to-door sales right there.
Now that you move towards, because you've been doing this, but now you're moving towards social media with it a little bit more, do you recognize, like, the influence that you have? especially for being dealing with money and being black? Like, is that something that crosses your mind or you think about?
I mean, yeah. That's why I do the social media. I know who my direct.
Because what you're doing is important, bro. People need to see this type of stuff because it's always basketball players, it's always rappers, it's always everything like that. But people like you are rare, and I think it's so important that you talk about it. You know,
definitely not glorified enough. The information that y'all have and the lane that you.
Yeah, I've really dropped the ball on adding content and adding value. That's one reason why I came here, just to get on video. Like I can't just sit in front of the camera and talk. Like it's just.
Bro, it's sociopath shit. For I do it, but
it's practice.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot.
You got to get really high.
But
really high.
But yeah.
Call me a sociopath.
Man, now we all are a little.
You ain't talking to yourself though, really. We on here.
I've had to.
You really feel like a sociopath when you post some shit and then nobody comments on it or anything?
You just spent you probably spent 30 minutes too long. 30 minutes longer than you wanted to on the video.
It's gotta be the algorithm or something like.
I'll be straight.
Facts. That's how TikTok made me feel. I stopped fucking with it. For real, 100%. I was like, this shit is dumb. Bro, my shit is fire compared to some of the shit I'm seeing out here, son. My shit's fire. I'm done with it.
I had a couple flops on it that I thought I was gonna get out with.
They ain't fucking with me. I'm like, I'm done. They said this is not for you, bro.
I started doing skits, bro. It's like,
hey, TikTok had me for a minute.
Your skits are funny though. I don't know how that didn't.
Man, they didn't do anything, bro. I can't embarrassment, bro.
That's just funny.
But yeah, because when I was looking at real estate, the one thing that I came across was redlining. Do you know anything about redlining?
Nope.
Basically, systematic racism within real estate.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what we're gonna get learned today.
You learn today.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not the most knowledgeable on it, but basically, in a nutshell, back in the day, they would mark neighborhoods, like certain neighborhoods, for the banks not to give loans out to. So, and guess who the neighborhoods where they didn't give the loans out to would be?
Of course.
The black neighborhoods and shit like that.
I think I have heard something like that. That's crazy though. Redlining.
I never heard the official term.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, it is real.
I live in the red line area.
I 100% believe that's real.
When I moved to KC Mo, first thing I realized there was no grocery stores. There was no, like, you have to leave the whole area to get anywhere. And the houses,
That's the thing. They always put, like, in black neighborhoods, there's no grocery stores near.
So
there's always liquor stores. There's always liquor stores.
Smoke shops.
Yeah.
There's no health places.
And then basically the systematic racism part of it is over time, we're growing up in these bad conditions, whether it be rats in the house, roaches or whatever. Right. People are getting, or they're being unhealthy over time, you know what I'm saying? And then you don't have health insurance.
Here's key, where they say that
snowball effect.
Where they say the banks don't lend in these neighborhoods. So now the people, our people, they can't buy these houses. A lot of them, they don't have the money to just buy it cash. And if the bank ain't gonna lend it to you, and the ones that are, I've saw houses. Like I've saw mortgage notes where people have insane interest rates. Like I'll see some Caucasian people, 3%.
Yeah.
I'll see some our people, 6.5%, 7%.
Yeah.
So it's people's grandmas, and they on fixed income. So now what they're doing right now in KC is that red line area where it's a lot of hood. They're gentrifying.
Yeah.
So houses. That's why I said I live on a good block. That's what happened.
Wow.
The houses are being fixed up. So it's a sad thing. It's people's grandmas. Like I don't like buying that many houses from some people just because it's like I know I'm helping them, but I wish that they could keep their home.
Yeah.
Because somebody's grandma, somebody's uncle, or somebody inherited a house. I think that black people should keep their houses. Don't sell the house. And I tell them.
Super important.
I tell them, like, hey, if you could keep this house, you should keep it.
Yeah.
You know, even if it just sits here. But people, they want that instant money.
Yep, that's true.
And it's only natural, man. Like when I was looking up the numbers, it's like 75% white dominated. They dominate real estate, and there's like, and the rest are black, or not even the rest are black. It still breaks down. So like, it just looks like America. So there's racist shit that happens in America. Every system that is built like that, there's gonna be some racist shit going on.
You know it, man.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't even know if they hear me, but
Yeah, they can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I went to an estate sale. She just died, and I don't even know what was gonna happen to the house. But they're the first black family on the block. It was on like 45th and Adams. So it was like the first black family on the house. And,
Damn.
Yeah, and I got a bunch of dope ass records and shit. And but I didn't know what the hell was gonna happen to the house, and I was like,
what did they want to sell? I'm just no, but
Hey, real thing.
you know what I mean. I don't make people call me. Some people we call, but you don't make anybody sell you a house. You can't.
Yeah. Like you said, usually they're in that position where you're
I mean, there's
just
nothing,
right there in time. You showed up just in time. Like, oh yeah, help us.
There's nothing else they could do. I mean, if they could, if they keep it, they probably would.
That's crazy.
How much? I got a couple more real estate questions. How much money does a person have to have for you to tell them that they got no excuses? You can make this happen and get into this business.
You don't need any money for real.
No money?
I give you strategies right now to where you could go and start trying to get a deal. I don't know if you'll get a deal, but if I were to do them, I would get a deal. But I'm going to get a deal doing anything because I know it's going to work. It's about your belief.
Yeah, touch on that a little bit. Touch on that process of like, because I'm sure that's probably the hardest part is finding the people that, need to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and if you're not in...
You got both sides of it. You not only have to find somebody that's wanting to sell, in that situation, you also got to find people that want to buy, that want to invest.
So I'll touch on both, and I'll give you an example for one.
Okay.
And like right now, I'm actually building out another part of my company to where I'm going to help people that need help selling their deals. So I had a guy hit me up like yesterday. He had a deal he couldn't move. I've helped him out. Like if you call me, I don't care who you are, where you are. I'm going to give you game.
That's what's up.
Like
It ain't important nowadays because not a lot of people do that.
Yeah, I mean, it takes nothing out of my mouth. Like the house, I got homies in the city that make good money too. They do a lot of deals, and we never step on each other's feet. Like how many painters are there?
Right.
How many people? Right. And I'm gonna get with it. How many people sell drugs in town?
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And they all still in business.
Raw-District, baby.
Yeah. Say whatever you want.
We ain't gonna act like we don't know. Everybody think they plug, baby.
You know, if you hustle and you get good prices, you're gonna be able to eat. So that's the thing.
Simple math.
Same game, different products.
That's exactly what I saw when I saw it.
What's up, Virtual Tony? I just hear a noise like you're like,
yeah.
I was trying to jump in. I was trying to jump in for like 20 minutes. No, do you ever think that redlining will stop? Like, do you ever think that that'll be something that we'd be able to, like I said, stop? I guess because with being able to redline it does build gentrification. So people, I feel like it kind of helps the banks in them not giving the loans.
These laws were all brought about when it was super highly racist in this. I mean, it still is, I feel like, today, but some of this stuff, like, it's, like I said, like, and they call it the hood, like, that just in the hood, in these redlined areas, one thing they did in Jackson County this last year is they increased taxes insane amount for people. Like, so now, by default, a lot of them can't, I can't tell you how many people I spoke to that were behind on taxes and they couldn't afford it. Right. So now these houses that are vacant or the houses people are living in with fixed income, you got health issues, these older people, they can't afford the increased taxes. So it's not even, and taxes don't even be a lot. It could be like $300, $400, $500 a year. They get behind 3 years, $1,500. A lot of people don't have that much, fixed income. So, but this is just Kansas City. I've been going to different places and, I'm going to take my company to many different markets. So I'm going to start learning different areas and just different regions. But for KC, I can't tell you. I'm not paid enough to, I don't know. I'm just going to keep doing what I do, and that's flip houses. If it goes away, my question is, where are people going to go? And that's been my question. Like, if this whole area changes, where are they going to go? Are they going to go out to the country? Well, they can't go out to the country. I don't know. Like that's a question. Like I've been asking myself that. Like, what is gonna happen? But that's a lot. That's a lot of houses for them to.
Right.
I don't think that shit will ever stop. I mean, as long as it's just a system. Like it's just a fucking system. As long as black people and minority people can't like we have bad credit. We don't learn about credit. We're always just financially just irresponsible just as a culture. And it's real.
Yeah.
Like,
Very
and we're
real.
pushed down. We're pushed down to the bottom. It's not just us. But
And on top of that, disadvantage.
it all goes to it. Because, like, if you can't get a loan from the
Uneducated
bank
and
because you ain't got credit, some people can't even get a fucking bank account because they don't have good credit.
Yeah.
So where do you go from there? You know what I'm saying? So it's,
You stuck. Nah, it's
I don't think that shit ever disappears as long as we're dominated by when it's 75% this, the rest this.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. I don't see it just disappearing out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's what
I mean, like the education on it.
Yeah, up to like 2015, there was like certain cases of redlining that they've caught or whatever. And also, there's another little fun fact. There's a 6-foot high wall that was built in the 1940s to keep black people out of white neighborhoods, still in Detroit, and it's still sitting there today.
Damn, a 6-foot high wall to keep black people out of white neighborhoods. That's crazy.
that's wild.
The silly shit that they used to do. Like, why would that ever be? Come on, man.
Man, Detroit, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They,
You get a house on the tip for like $30.
yeah.
That nigga said over
It all ties down to the whole system. This all
It's fucked up there, bro.
Yeah.
So, like, you were starting on your process. Talk about how, like, you go out and get these. You know what I mean? What's your main?
So-
You market. Obviously, you hinted on that.
So me or how somebody could do it for essentially little to
Just
no.
talk as if somebody was starting out, or you know what I mean? What just basic stuff.
So I'll tell y'all what I do, and then I'll tell you like what's possible.
Yeah, for
And I tell everybody like I can't tell you where to start because everybody's starting place is going to be different. Everybody's going to want because each lead source is going to give you different results. It's going to be a different lead type. You know, one thing I know people they hate cold calling.
Right.
I came from a job cold calling for 3 years full time, so I may not like it, but
What's cold calling?
it's just
Picking
you
up
make
the phone, not knowing them, just
you just got a list of leads.
call 'em.
People they don't know
That's
you're
what I
gonna
do.
call them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boy, I hate that shit.
It's a
You
skill.
get hung up on a lot, but yeah, it's a skill, like you said. If you know how to do it,
And that's
you get them
something.
motherfuckers, like he said, give you your credit card information and all that shit within
the cold
a few
call
minutes.
is just an extension of. It's just a different conversation. Like people that are good cold callers, they're generally good closers. They're generally good conversationalists. They could they just know how to connect with people. And I'll tell the people this, whoever's listening, you don't have to be an extrovert to do that, because I'm not an extrovert.
Yeah.
Most days I don't talk to nobody but the people I got to talk to for work. Like y'all the first people I'll talk to today. I walked in the office, I just waved at them, went to my office, and
There it is.
Would you ever be a cyborg?
it's a cyborg.
Like a robot.
Hell no, I ain't with that. That's
You ain't with it?
nah.
So 20, 25 years down the line, or not even 25, probably like 10 years down the line, they say you can stop carrying around that
You
phone.
ain't putting shit in my body, no chips, no
even
machines.
if you can turn it off.
Nothing. It don't matter if it turned off. If I could take it out, if I could remove
What if
it,
they told you it can make you do everything you do
I don't-
100 times better?
I'm good. You ain't putting nothing in me that's not already in me. I don't even have tattoos. Like I'm gonna let you make me a cyborg.
He said, I don't have no tattoo.
Like come on now.
Yeah, no, yeah. He
So
ain't
you
with
gonna
that.
trust the devil's juice? You gonna put some devil's juice in you, but you won't put a technology in you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm gonna sip this Hemi. I'm gonna sip this this Remy.
Really? Yeah.
You know.
Hey, that's the mix, the Henny and the Remy.
The Hemi.
I've done that shit. That shit fuck you up.
You mixed that before?
See, look,
made
I
Hemi?
should have known.
I mix Hennessy, Crown, Remy, and Grey Goose. That shit fucked me up.
Oh, you didn't mean like in one cup. You just mean like you drank all
No,
that
in one cup.
night.
What you do?
Hell no.
What you do that night?
Boy, you retarded by it.
I think we went to a strip club. I'm gonna be honest.
You got a problem, bro. You got a problem.
Let me find a stripper in the background flying around getting bored back there. Nigga.
Nah, man, Cali's still on shutdown.
Ah, shit. So that's why the strip club come to you. That's more reason why she be back there.
Oh, so you said I'm getting escorts.
Conspiracy, this nigga is lagging. Bro, you gotta hurry, get back in the studio, bro. I can't talk to this too long, bro. It starts to creep me out.
Cyborg.
Yeah, I know.
Plankton's computer.
Cyborg Tony.
Yeah, you just asked him would he be a cyborg?
I'll be a cyborg 100%.
Why?
Cause man, you gotta get with it or get lost.
Get with it, get lost. Get with it, get gone.
You know what I'm saying? It's already like that. How are we already not cyborgs?
Oh shit!
Shit,
We got this shit attached to us. It's just not in us yet.
I ain't letting it go in me. I don't care what nobody else do.
That's an interesting thing, man. I don't know if I would neither, bro. I don't know if I would neither. There's a question that kind
What if they're like, yo, you're gonna be on Skid Row
a little bit
if
like
you
that.
don't fucking put this chip in your ass, bro?
Damn.
They go push y'all to
Yeah, if they ask me like that, there's definitely a hesitation going on. I'm like, that dude gotta go there, nigga. Shit.
It's like a
you
prostate.
can't put that motherfucker in my
just
hand,
like a prostate
nigga?
check. Just
Nah, I'm cool. I'm like, nigga,
you can take it out whenever you need.
bring me the skid, nigga, because I can probably get up off of there, nigga.
So I'm gonna tell everybody where the money's made in this. You know, I'm gonna get to the brass tacks. This is information. Some of it, I mean, you won't be able to really duplicate it, but a lot of it I've paid.
Oh, we gonna plug you and let them know where to find you.
Yeah.
You subscribe.
yes.
You
What he said? What Star Child said. That was the Star
I hope
Child.
you ready for that.
My bad. We cutting them off. Go ahead.
So like many businesses, there's marketing, and anybody out there, I didn't graduate from college. I don't have a marketing degree. I don't have a bachelor's degree. I got a junior college degree.
Green, straight hustler.
Pretty much. What I do is my business is built on cold calling. That is being proactive. That's doing stuff that most people don't like to do. Like I said, they cold call 8 hours a day. They're calling people and asking them if they want to sell their property.
Do you give them a list? That you got a list?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the data engineer. I'm the data miner. I mine up the best leads for them, the most distressed lists. I pull them, and the lists that I hit are expensive because we hit a lot of people. It doesn't take that many. A person could. I mean, I'm going to put together a program where you could go from, a $500 investment to yielding a return of at least $10,000.
There it is.
Like that's one of my first programs I'm going to put together because I've did that play and did it on a larger scale multiple times.
Right.
So it's cold calling. You cold call yourself. You can hire callers, and then on top of that, I have text blasting. Same thing. You're reaching out, mass spam texting. Is it legal? No.
Legal or illegal?
Legal.
Oh, it's not legal?
No. So if you have a problem with doing things that are illegal, wholesaling might not be for you. At least this area. I'm gonna hit.
Virtual Tony fucking.
We doing the illegal shit.
You know he's tapping right.
He was talking about scamming. He was talking about scamming last episode. Nobody
said
caught it.
illegal,
That's what I'm saying. Nobody cut it. We went the illegal shit, man.
This nigga's silly, man.
Yeah. I don't care.
That's the extent of the illegality. It's really not that big of a deal.
And I don't even text blast
message?
anymore like that. Let me say that. But I did text blast.
Can we do that with this podcast?
Why is that
link?
illegal? I don't
Can we
understand.
You
mass
can,
text that?
Texting people.
I can send out like a text to 20,000 houses. I'll tell you, I sent out a text to 26,000 houses in the day last Friday when I wasn't even here. I was at the airport going between here and Atlanta.
Okay.
And my guys were working, handling that shit. It cost me a couple $100. 26,000 people.
That's a lot of people.
I got the plug on the price though.
Right. What's the return on something like that? Is it effective? Like super effective?
Yeah, I mean, well, for that, like I said, it was $200. Like if I get one deal from that, it could be a deal for 5, it could be a deal for 10, it could be a deal for 20. It could, my biggest deal was 58.
So out of 26,000, you hit up all those people. How many do you expect? Just like a couple?
If I get one deal from that, and if I get no deals, I'm not really that. I mean, the data took like 3-4K to buy and but to send it was just a couple hundred. So I mean, probably get a deal from it. Let's say $4,500. Let's just say $4,000. If I make a 4x return, get one deal for $20,000, I just 4x my money.
Right.
If I 8x, now we're talking 40.
Yeah.
So I mean that's business. This isn't just my business. There's a lot of different businesses that we walk past every day in our communities that you could go and you could do.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
100%.
We got some questions from people on Facebook. I just wanted to ask one before we get into these headlines. You got questions?
Yeah.
How many you got?
Oh yeah, shit. I didn't finish the marketing.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
It's quick though. So cold calling. I don't do the text like that no more, but I have. Now I've got the pillar of radio that plays all of KC, Topeka. It reaches Wichita, St. Joe, anywhere within like an hour and a half. And I'm turning the Facebook on. Excuse me. That'll be all of Missouri. So, pretty much just St. Louis, KC, Wichita, little Topeka. But I've never did a deal in Topeka. I don't focus on Topeka, though.
It's the bad market, not as big.
I got 2.2 million population next to me, and there's 100,000 here.
Yeah, I see what you're
saying.
Then bigger pond.
Yeah, it's just, I'd have to drive here, build buyers here.
All right, for this, that's related to this, shout out to Greg Roller. The homie, he asked, what is your most successful month in your business and what made it so successful?
So I'm going to hit that with two answers. Because with business, it's not like when you got a job. You got a job, you know how much you're going to make every month. With business, like I got to go out hunt and eat every day. And if I don't do it today, I'm going to have to do it twice as hard the next day. When I first quit my job, I said I did that deal. After closing costs, it came out to like $12,400. My next deal was another probate, but it was an apartment complex, a fourplex in a nice part of town. And that's still my best month in business of $58,200. But that's not something you could duplicate. I can't go out, and I tried to go out and keep getting apartment complexes, but I realized it's just not that many.
Right.
That's really, I think
golden egg type of thing.
I didn't get lucky in the state of the deal, because if you market, I wrote out goals, I had a game plan, and that deal put me right to the max, right to hitting the goal I hit. So I think that happened because I wrote out a goal. Right. And I think goal setting is important in anything you do.
Putting it out there.
Yeah.
That's super important, bro.
Yeah.
Seeing that shit every day.
I agree. Putting that energy out definitely helps.
So, there's 4 marketing channels right there, and there's a lot of people who do direct mail. That's people calling you. A lot of people, there's pay-per-click advertising. That's the people on Google. Like I said, Facebook. There's search engine optimization. That's the people on Google in the organic section. There's billboards. There's fucking bandit signs. There's door knocking. There's
so much. You just gotta want to
just get creative. Like I just said, a JV deal. I just knew the dude. Like, you give them, you teach them how to get a deal. Not even teach them, but just show some love. A lot of people don't show love in this business. Like, I've called people and it's like, okay, cold shoulder. Fuck you. I'm gonna go out and get this paper regardless.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. Like,
straight up. Can't let nothing stop your stroll.
What you got?
That was the question you had?
Yeah, that's
my shit ain't got nothing to do with no real estate.
Oh yeah,
anything. Shit. I'm not real estate. That's just I do so much other stuff.
So this was crazy. I ain't even thought about it for real. If you could bring back a loved one, but you had to trade them for someone living, would you do it?
The hell kind of question is that? You gotta be a savage.
Yeah, bro. My fan base is savages. They get the picture. This shit is Raw-District. Shout out.
If you can bring anybody.
If you can bring any loved one back. Oh, they didn't really get into that, so we can bend the rules a little bit.
Sacrifice anybody or another? You gotta sacrifice.
I can sacrifice. If it's anybody.
I think what they meant is if
was
you
another
had
loved one.
Loved one. I think that's what they meant, but.
Oh no!
I got some cousins that I don't really get along with.
You got a list of niggas you trying to get rid of.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, I got some cousins that really, man.
Some cousins that fucking with you.
You know how cousins, they be testing you, bro. And you we related, bro. But come on, now. You just like a good friend, bro.
Yeah, I'd have to.
Nigga Drew called his cousin a good friend.
I definitely want to bring somebody back. There's a couple of people I would clearly bring back, but. That tough part would be, which one of you motherfuckers that I just don't love enough?
I'm
which one of you motherfuckers I don't love enough? They gotta go, nigga.
If it gotta be done, I'm gonna make the choice.
Somebody gotta go.
So you would do it?
Does it have to be done?
Well, no, it doesn't have to be done. I'm just saying, is there anybody that you love enough?
Mind right now.
Yeah, I'm peeling your shit.
No, basically, it would come to: is there anybody that has is no longer with us that you love that much that you would trade them for somebody else?
Nah, I ain't had nobody close like that die.
Yeah,
But if I got it,
I'm not gonna.
That's how I feel too. Like it.
Somebody got to go.
Super close.
Yeah, I would, but I'm not gonna sit here and lay my cards out and let them know. You know what I mean? In case that's ever a possibility down in 2020. 70. And we flying around and shit, they like, look, you can go stick a coin into something and pick a motherfucker to bring back, but you gotta send us somebody, to take, nigga.
You underestimate. It's gonna be 20 years from now. They're gonna be doing some crazy shit.
Maybe.
Bro. You always say 2070.
Right.
We're gonna be doing some shit soon, bro.
I ain't gonna be around in 2070, so hopefully somebody bring my ass back. What about you, Tone? You got some loved ones going that you would bring back?
Yeah, definitely I would, but it just as long as I didn't have to look like trade no other family. If it was just random people, yeah, I would do it.
Random people? No, I already know you got some ex girlfriends that you used to love that you no longer love that they gotta go now. They out of here.
Those are considered loved ones.
They consider loved ones. You used to lay up with them.
Oh yeah. We can get their ass out of here immediately.
Get them the fuck
As
out
much
of here.
shit you talk on them exes, boy, I know you got a handful of them that can go. You might have a hard time choosing which one. Shit.
Yeah, let me say respectfully though. I don't want to offend nobody.
Right, respectfully, because that heals all, that wipes it all away. No, but that was the only one I really felt like that was worthy of.
That was the only one. You hit me up about getting a hold of Kelvin. Are you trying to get into MMA?
I just want to learn how to fight. Shit. Yeah. I mean,
that's how I feel.
You had got me into it back in high school, and I did a little boxing. I thought that shit was cool.
Bro, I've always been like flirting with the idea of fucking boxing.
Y'all better go get a membership when it's all said and done.
I'm waiting.
Kelvin will get y'all right.
Oh yeah, when that comes up,
I'm waiting.
Yeah. He said he's gonna be in there coaching. I think he said he's gonna have a couple people different coaches in there.
I'm going. He sent me to another gym, and I went and checked it out, but I was like, I don't want to get going with y'all.
KC?
He sent me to a whole nother gym. That's how cool he was, just to help me out. But I went, it's like, I'm not even going to shop with y'all. I want to,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what's up.
I'm waiting. Whenever, if you watching, Kelvin, whenever, I be messaging him. Shit.
And camera one.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I'm
virtual tone and shit back here. But that's gonna be dope. I can't wait. I'm up in KC too, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to slide up on him. And
you gonna do it?
Yeah, man. I need to do something.
We seen the hands in the last episode, bro.
I'm lightning quick out here. I'm lightning quick out here, baby. But it's always been something that I want to do. My older half brother, he was the. Because, I always played basketball, always played football. Even from a young age, that was always it. You're going to play baseball, basketball, football. Nigga, you good at it. Motherfucker saying your name now. That's what you're doing. But my brother, he would never really, he would come and play football. Like if we, out just with your family at the little, park of the baseball field across the street type of shit. He would always play with us and shit. But boxing was his thing. So he was into boxing for a while. And, he went in and trained and shit like that. Never really, stuck it out and actually got to compete. Yeah. But there was, a while.
But even then, I bet he had hands just going in there.
Oh, yeah. Big bro got hands. Yeah, I felt them a couple times. So, but,
that's just important too, man.
It's interesting, and it's good to know. It's just good knowledge to know how to protect yourself.
It's an art.
I agree, 100%.
And good fitness.
Speaking of that, we got to get your take on it. Mike Tyson or Roy
Jones?
Who you going?
I would like to think that Roy's in better shape than that video I saw.
Yeah.
He look.
Man, I don't know what it is. And Drew called it too. He seemed like he was talking a little slow.
I don't know what he's signing up for, bro.
I don't know if you should compete, bro.
I don't want to view it, bro, to be honest.
Because Mike Tyson seems like he wants all the smoke right now.
Mike don't look
smiling, training and shit.
He look like he could go and compete with somebody that.
Mike Tyson is insane, bro.
Yeah.
I was watching a fucking podcast not even like 2 months ago. and he was talking about how much he fucking doesn't like boxing, and he was like, when he was boxing, he was like under some type of hypnosis and shit like that.
He looked like he was in a trance.
So he looks like he's back. Who hypnotized Mike Tyson?
Yeah,
Somebody
hypnotized his ass. I believe it.
He's smoking too much
that
weed. That's
under
what it is.
hypnosis. Yeah, he got
That
too
man's
much time.
scary.
Yeah, he got that whole ranch though. That shit's fire.
He looked the same but older. Like he looked better now than I think his last fight.
They might have sped those clips up or something.
I don't know what it is.
I hope.
They said Evander Holyfield's getting back. They said he's got a bout.
Here's how I feel.
They ain't announced
Why are
it.
they doing this?
I don't want to see these old ass.
They said Evander Holyfield has never had an injury though.
Damn.
They said he's never had no serious broke nothing, none of that. So they said like he's like almost as good a shape as like young cats and shit.
I guess if they keep fighting each other, but if they start fighting young people, that's when it'll do.
I think
it's Bernard Hopkins. They ain't announced it yet, but I think Evander Holyfield's going. But actually, I don't know. Bernard Hopkins.
I don't want to see these old ass dudes fight. Big, old, slow, and.
To be honest.
No, I want to watch Mike Tyson. I want to watch Mike Tyson.
I want to see him fight somebody
I can't
else.
lie. I do. Maybe not all the other old heads, but I want to watch Mike. Seeing the nigga train, he looks like he could go.
He still look,
He looks like he could send somebody to the ground.
He's about to kill.
with their head next to him.
He's gonna kill him.
Yeah, boy.
Didn't you say he died too? Yeah.
Yo, he catch him with one of them hooks to the head, to the temple.
Yes,
I agree, too.
Yo, Roy is gone.
They did.
All right, we got a couple headlines. Let's touch on the backlash for the wet ass pussy music video.
Man.
Yeah, I seen it.
I never got my wife.
I knew they was going to get backlash for it though, cause it's crazy, man. Like it's 2020.
What video is this? I missed
It's
that.
a softcore porn.
The Cardi B and the Megan Thee Stallion shit.
I missed that.
Give them a little taste of it real quick.
Yeah,
I missed
Just
that
a small
one.
taste. We got to turn it down. But you can at least get the little taste of it. But yeah, bro, it's like he said, it's low key.
I didn't like this shit already.
Low key. It's low key some soft porn type shit. And what they talking about is just you shouldn't glorify that as women, man. And you know you got all these little teenage fans and shit.
It ain't their job to be role models. Ain't their job to be role models, man.
The
WA.P.
as a man,
Especially the video.
I love it. But I'm just saying, in their position, y'all too famous to be glorifying all this shit, man.
The Tigers are fucking.
Yeah, y'all super famous. I mean, maybe on the up and come out with some shit like this, but y'all niggas is running shit. Yeah, this is wet and gushy.
This is wet and gushy.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Did they show titties in the real one or something? Like, because this is the one I've been watching. I didn't get
They
the
don't show real titties, but
I didn't get the hype of it because I'm just like,
Yeah, bro.
I've seen this shit.
The hype of it is
like this.
the hype of it is exactly what because y'all too big now. Y'all too big to be.
Do you
talking
mean big
about
like?
shit
Do you mean like big like?
like y'all are like they little kids idolize them.
Yeah.
Teenage girls at 11, 12 years old.
But
you know,
what is that? Then what if
idolize
they've
them.
always talked about shit like this though? This is not. I don't see anything different.
Discreetly. There was a few bars.
I think it's because they use it as a single. So that's why.
Yeah.
And they publicizing it and they marketing it as such.
Sound like the hot girl
That's a good
shit.
point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Kia, was it Kaya, my neck on back?
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
telling people to lick her ass.
Right? Yeah,
That was her
yeah,
single.
yeah.
Like, what kind of record executive? was
Exactly.
like,
But we was,
lick
but
your
you know
ass?
how we
And I've
grew
heard that
up.
in
We
movies.
all grew up raw in the motherfucker back in the day, though.
Dude, if you
That shit got off back in
if
the
you
day.
stayed up past the
Bro, they
certain
had
time, you could
pornos
watch
on
anything
cable.
on TV.
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
Channel
So
17.
you can't
Nelly
look.
swiping ass with credit cards. Like, what are we talking about?
I'm talking about before that though. I'm talking about the stars and the HBO.
I was on that too. I was on that.
Exactly. Now you got to
That
pay
made me mad.
for that shit.
Hey,
They trying to
no
keep all that
business.
shit away. They got. Hey, I remember one time. This is a funny story, man. Shout out my bro since I shouted about earlier. He used to be able to hook up and rig the pay-per-views when there used to be the dial-in. Yeah, bro. Shout out my bro. He used to rig them motherfuckers, so we was getting free pay-per-views in that bitch, boy.
That's dope.
Yeah. It was a
Bouncing
good
titties,
time. It was a good time.
in the
Good
summer.
summer. It was a good summer.
Big bouncy titties in the summertime.
It was a good
volume
summer.
3.
But yeah, no, man. But I think I'm partial to it now in 2020. Because I got a 13-year-old daughter, and I know she knows who Cardi B is. She knows who Megan Thee Stallion is. You know what I mean? I'm thankful that her mom listens to a whole different type of shit. So she got that side too. The Billie Eilish and all that type of shit too. You know what I mean? So she's real diverse
Billie
with
Eilish
shit.
slaps.
But
She really slaps.
Oh yeah. But I just if I walk in, I'm hearing that. Come on, man.
You cut it off.
It's off. It's out of there. It's out of there.
Yeah, that was a bit extreme.
And because of that, that's how I got to play it. I can't like the shit like that. You know, be all bumpy. You know, I wish I would never bump the shit. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they
I've
say.
seen ass and titties before, so making a song about the shit ain't, you know, don't excite me like that.
They say women are dominating rap right now, but I'm not.
Them two are. Them motherfuckers.
But if you listen,
they
a lot
got
of
a whole
there
following
are
of
a lot
women
of
now.
them.
These girls be on that
A
shit,
cult.
man.
Man.
My
I got
take
a
is
phone.
though, I'll like watch this video right here or whatever, but I'm not riding around listening to this shit.
To them, no.
Women really will. They'll ride around listening to J. Cole though.
Yeah,
They'll listen to the dominant men.
Some.
I know so many. If you go look at contests, there's
I'm
women
not
all over the
saying-
place.
Yeah. No.
But how many dudes, straight males at that, are driving around listening to Meg
So
Thee
y'all
Stallion?
see your point. How are they dominating if the opposite sex ain't bumping you? Like,
Yeah, we're not bumping that.
Yeah, true.
And there's some people who are, but like it's not dominating.
You would never catch me bumping no Megan Thee Stallion, nothing. I don't got your tape on my shit.
that
None of the
shit-
tapes. No
that's
disrespect
dead.
to you though. I mean, you are popping.
Yeah, but there's also like.
If you want to holler at it, nigga, you know.
I just got into the chick who was on the freshman cover.
We go viral, man. Holla at your boy. Even you,
Chika, or some. She's hard, bro.
So there's like.
Tone, what you doing over here, man? You falling asleep, nigga? You real quiet.
Nah.
Yeah, check in, Virtual Tony.
What you got to say about the WAP? The WAP. The WAP was.
I feel like what they doing is cool, man, for the people that they marketing it to, the females. Me personally,
strippers in the shit. You like that shit, nigga? That's your shit.
that's what that style of music is for, bro. Like for me, I don't think like the people that's like, oh, they're supposed to be role models. I wouldn't want my younger daughters' role models being female rappers, like that talk about that type of shit.
No rappers.
Yeah, I say
Right.
it shouldn't be any.
So how
rappers.
you like it, but you can't. But how you like it, but you ain't gonna let your daughter idolize them.
Well, I mean, if you 12, 13, you shouldn't be idolizing that because you're not even living that lifestyle. So you don't even know shit about that. So that's for people that's in that lifestyle, living that lifestyle.
That didn't stop you from listening to Snoop Dogg when you was 13 and 14 and 15 and shit, nigga.
Snoop was hit or miss on me. I didn't like all his shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, well, the next gang, whoever you was listening to when you was 13 and 14 wasn't talking about, nigga, going to the park after school and shit like that, nigga. Unless you was listening to Justin Bieber's popcorn ass, nigga, back then.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I believe in double standards and I believe in we in a different time. You know what I mean? When we was coming up, we was listening.
I said, yeah, we was living different. You right. So now you protecting yours, but nigga,
People are sensitive as fuck nowadays, bro. It's
yeah,
crazy.
they are. I low key think I became a little sensitive because of how sensitive shit's going on, and because like I said, I have a 13-year-old daughter. I wasn't as sensitive when she couldn't comprehend as much, but she, you smart than them. I mean, you grown pretty much at 13 nowadays.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, I mean,
you just ain't legally. But motherfucker, other than drive, shit, you got a bank account. What else do you need to learn? You know what I mean? Like, get your ass out the house. Like we said last show. No, I'm playing. But nah, man. So I think I have became a little soft and sensitive, man, with the times and shit. Because I remember growing up, I was like, damn, man, I wouldn't let my daughter do half the shit that I did and shit. Just running around. I just run around Oakland with my homies and shit till 4. You know, just. Ain't got no cell phone, so my mom can't call me. You know what I mean? It's like
it's a whole new world.
I couldn't imagine my daughter just running around the neighborhood and me not knowing where the fuck she at.
Yeah, big fact. No,
So I think about that a lot.
I put
The
a
shit that
tracker
you
on
did
my
back in the
kids.
day, and you start thinking about shit.
Man, yes.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
hard, it's hard not to, man. It's just
How you
like,
feel about a tracker on your kid's car?
A tracker on the
Yeah, just a tracker on your kid's car.
I'm not gonna be that crazy. But
that's like a white.
But
version
hey,
of the
no,
white
you
meat.
say nah though.
Nah,
you
for
say
real.
nah. Some of these kids though, they make you think like shit like that for real.
I don't know
They
about
do.
y'all, but there was a time where I told my parents I was going to place and I didn't, and had something happen, they wouldn't have known where I was at.
Right. That's
You got a tracker on they shit. You ain't
nowadays, man.
What if you turn into a cyborg? You just take the chip.
Then you just know.
Because that's basically.
Then you just tap
what
in
that
whenever,
is,
like.
bro.
I ain't messing with that
R2D2
cyborg.
shit,
That's
nigga.
gonna be the time where Cedric fall off the earth, and I'm just gonna be in a mount on top of a mountain somewhere. No internet, no nothing.
Cyborg
Somewhere
Cedric.
meditating in the mountains.
Chilling,
Humming.
farms and farm animals.
That's
Next
funny as fuck.
headline, motherfucking Joe Biden picks his presidential nominee.
I seen them all hype about that. I'm not the political man, so I'm definitely going to deflect this to y'all.
I'm gonna deflect that to y'all too. All right. Hey.
I mean, I don't.
We ain't gotta talk about it. I don't give a fuck about it. To be honest, I
don't vote. Yeah. I don't vote for the president.
What you
feel?
That shit. Couch guess, Eli.
I don't know a damn thing. I need to.
I don't know, like
educate a little bit.
It's pretty fucked up.
I think
like,
that's
she's
just.
a prosecutor, and she
I
put
seen
like
that.
1,500 black kids in jail for smoking weed.
Yeah, I seen that.
I mean, Biden, he wrote a law.
But there's a lot of black people supporting that decision.
You ain't black if you ain't voting Biden.
He said that's a quote.
Wow.
Biden is
word.
You didn't see that?
Man, I ain't tapped into none of that shit.
It is important.
It's weird, man. It's fucking weird.
What'd you say, Tobo?
It's really important to vote Donald Trump out because if he's in for 4 more years,
I'll feel you on that.
it's not just Trump. He's trying to take control of every branch of government.
Who? Trump?
Trump. So he's already taken over like.
So plug the vote. I'm gonna vote this year. Tobo just made me vote.
Normally I'm just like you. Normally I don't care who's president because I don't feel like it really affects me. But
this year we got to get this nigga out. Yeah.
But
I respect that.
Appreciate that.
I respect that.
Like that's what
this
I was.
Nigga out of here, man.
Like, I was getting upset. And honestly, I feel like if Trump wasn't in office, that race relations wouldn't be so high.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I do think it is.
Do you think somebody like Joe Biden can clean up a mess like this though?
No.
They're probably gonna give it to Kamala, or is that her name?
Kamala. One of them.
Kamala Harris.
Is a woman running?
Yeah, well, she's gonna be the vice president, or the. No.
They're gonna give all the shit show to her. Is what you're saying? Is that what y'all saying?
That's the conspiracy
Biden's a
that.
dumbass. Like he's a fucking.
Well, he's a career politician.
He can't handle himself.
And he's
He has Alzheimer's
97. He's 97 years
No,
old.
he ain't.
No, he ain't.
Might as well be.
I was about to say, hey, we can't vote. This nigga won't make it.
There is a clip of him literally plugging himself. He was like doing he said, I'm running for U.S. This is Joe Biden. I'm running for U.S. Senate.
He old.
U.S. Senate.
Old ass.
He did that from way back in the day. He was running for U.S. Senate back in the day, but this is a presidential thing, and he's trying to.
There was other shit too where he said something like black kids can be as smart as white kids or some shit like that.
And then he also said,
if you don't vote, I heard that shit on. I heard that shit on the radio. That little commercial ad.
Vote for me. Vote for the other Biden.
Yeah, he did go into some story about how they're disadvantaged. Yeah. So vote for me, so black kids can have the same advantages as white kids. Pretty much is what the commercial was saying. I'm like,
I can't get behind none of these candidates for real.
I don't like to either, but I will vote for that though. To get Trump about this bitch, I feel like I will vote for that. I voted for Obama because of course he was black. But other than that, I ain't with the voting shit, nigga. I really ain't, man. I don't know. I just I ain't gonna get into all that. What's the topic? What's the next topic?
Yeah, move on.
We're gonna dive into one conspiracy theory, and then we're gonna do shout outs and get the fuck up out of here. I gotta smoke a blunt, bro.
Conspiracy sounds fun.
I'm getting irritable. I'm getting irritable. Okay, the conspiracy theory is.
What's up, Tone?
Humans are the motherfucking aliens.
Humans are the aliens?
And we're not from here originally. And there's some things. There's a video I watched, and there's some signs or whatever that our circadian rhythm is off here on Earth. It's built for I think it's like an hour or something off what it's supposed to be. We can't, like animals, survive off of natural shit. Like we can't eat grass and survive. We don't adapt to the environment like everybody else does. We make the environment adapt to us. So everything, this is
some alien shit. Like, cause if they were to come down here, then we would be like a fucking dog to them. So like, if we did come here one day, and because there's so many other species that have been here way longer than us, and they have adapted. Yeah,
and we're extinction. I was looking into that. I went to the zoo recently, and it got me my mind running. That shit's torture, by the way. I don't fuck with the zoo.
The zoo, yeah, no,
that shit's crazy.
That's a jail for animals, and they didn't even do nothing wrong.
I ain't been to the zoo in a long time.
Yeah. Extinction, all the extinction, it comes back to us. So
What you mean?
Like all the animals that are getting extinct, it's all because of human things that we're fucking up the environment. We're changing it to fit our needs better. So who's to say that when that meteor came down, there wasn't some organisms or whatever, single life organisms, bang, wiped out the dinosaurs and left some alien life form, and then we fucked around and fucked an ape or fucked a Neanderthal, and then years down the line, here's humans, the real aliens.
Hello. Surprise, bitches, we here to take over.
What y'all think about that one?
That shit is crazy. That shit's mind-blowing. But I think you have some valid points.
Low key, because nobody really knows where the first human really came from.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It fucked me up last night. I was drunk as fuck watching some videos, bro, and I was like, damn, I might be a fucking alien. Yeah, it's just...
In the way we think with these
this nigga definitely Men in Black.
And we're so much different from everything else.
Men in Black ass nigga right here.
Like we're complex as fuck, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
you hear how quiet it is here. Yeah, I just dropped some shit.
No, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Nah, that's deep.
And I think that you do have some valid points with so it could be. We could be aliens. I wouldn't mind. I wish I could tap into some better powers. Fuck. Wish we would have had some better shit going on than what I got going on.
DMT, you can smoke.
That'll give me some powers. Bad.
Damn. Let's go. Man.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Shit, let's get into shout outs, man.
We're gonna let you go first, Virtual Tone.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. The Raw District, just for doing this Zoom shit with me. That's all my shout outs, bro.
Short and sweet today, man.
Yeah, short and to the point.
I feel you, man. I would go shout out you, bro, for making this happen, taking the time away from your lady back there in the back. Shout out you, Miss Lady in the back, and you was real still the whole time.
I don't want to promote that.
I don't want to promote that. I'll just play it. But no, man, shout out the Raw District Podcast. Shout out my guy Drew. Shout out Cedric from coming on and dropping some gems, especially for me, because I've always kind of, wanted to dabble in that and felt like I've been a closer. You use that word a lot. So, shout out for coming on, man. Shout out to couch guest, man, Eli, for coming back around. And shout out all the listeners, man.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to everybody listening to this shit so far, man. It's been dope, more than expected, for real. I appreciate people fucking believing in some shit that looks, we're not celebrities. We don't have no type of crazy clout. So just the fact that y'all tune in, it means a whole lot. And sometimes that doesn't get translated through social media. Y'all are important as fuck.
Big facts.
Shout out to the fam. Shout out to Tobo for letting us back in. He over there cooking up. Shout out to the couch guest Eli. Shout out to Seth for coming through. What you got?
Yeah, shout out to Raw District for one. My guy Chris.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Fan of basketball. I ain't said nothing yet, but I'm a fan of anybody that plays sports in Topeka. Everybody.
100%.
My guy Drew. Shit, we go back to upward basketball.
Upward, bro.
For like 4th grade. Shout out to my guy Eli. Shout out to the guy over there.
That's Tobo's new title, the guy over there.
The guy over there.
Shout out to Team Arrowhead. I'm going to give a shout out to Wolf of the Midwest. That's me. Shout out to the Midwest Closers. I'm the only one on that team right now, but that's okay. And just shout out to all the people. Know that anything you want, you can have it. I'm going to give y'all a quick message on setting goals. Write it down. Look at that shit every day. And make it happen. Easy.
Shit, bro. There it is.
Couch guest, what you got?
Fucking subscribe.
Please, it's not that fucking hard, man.
100.
I got one more thing, man. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your physical health.
Yes.
Please. Before you start thinking that I'm not no expert, but before you turn to taking pills or any type of shit like that or reaching out to doctors and stuff, go exercise first. Learn how to research some meditation type shit and try it for like 6 months. Yeah. And do that first. That's my only message to y'all, man. Other than that, man, that's a wrap for this episode. Y'all be easy, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. That was cool. Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, daps.
Bump that shit.
Fist bump.
Yeah, he did. He made it short and sweet.
I gotta turn you off so I can get your recording, bro.
All right, bro.
All right.